Welcome to the beautiful city of Binyan, Laguna, Philippines. Okay, not exactly in the city center. I'm out and away from the city center, showing you like what you will find on the average street here. This is the neighborhood. Wana is the neighborhood there. You'll find places like this along the street. They're not quite open yet, but fruits and vegetable stand here. This is pretty common. Let's see. Place to buy rice, cooking oil, eggs. Just little open markets. Hey, people here are very friendly. Both speak fairly good English. This here meat market, you get meat and fish. They're still setting up. You know, everybody else does videos of Manila, Cebu, Angeles City, or they go to the slums of Tondo. Right here, we have a Kenny Rogers Roasters. Something you don't find in the States anymore, at least not where I moved here from. This is a little sorry market. Sell snacks, chips, other stuff. The gas stations here are fuel stations. They're really cool. They're full service. They fill your tanks for you, even on your, tricycles. Fresh options, meat shop, straight from the farms here. Mostly chicken and pork. The beef comes from Australia, because cattle markets, not big here. More rice. Now, there's a hospital right over here. Health. Southwoods Hospital, Southwoods Mall. Right here's a bakery, buy cakes and stuff. Chicken, pork, rice. It's a little open air restaurant. Another full service gas station. See here, they're getting set up to sell fresh meat. Some of the places aren't open yet because they don't open till later. But some are open. Hello. I'm doing a video for YouTube for the people back in America. Another little fast food restaurant, Don Benito's. Rotisserie chicken. This is not in the big city. And of course, this is an animal bite clinic because, well, street dogs. They do bite if you're not careful. When you see a street dog that's barking or growling at you, you have to keep your eye on it. Right here, this is a lottery. You buy lotto tickets, kind of like the Powerball back in America. Pawn shop. Here, another little market to buy eggs, bananas, other stuff, some fruits, vegetables. Right here, we have the town marshal. Another little fast food place. Hello. Yeah. And this is the local security. That shotgun scare anybody. Yeah, I just live down here in Wana. I'm doing a video of areas that are not tourist traps, like, you know, Manila, Cebu, and Angeles City. I want people to see the real Philippines.
Beautiful surroundings, Philippines.
Huh?
Beautiful surroundings.
Yeah, I love it here. I've been here since June. I'm married to a 50-year-old Filipina, beautiful woman. I love it here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Right here, hair salons for women. Yeah, there's security for the barangays, which is kind of like a subdivisions, HOA. You'll also find armed guards like that in a lot of the restaurants. Even McDonald's and Burger King here has these guys packing shotguns and sidearms. You know, you don't see police officers patrolling the street in cars, you know, traffic enforcement. Here you buy plants set, you know, out in front of your place that you own or rent. The traffic here, about half of the traffic is motorbikes. Over there is a tricycle staging station. See it here? Here's a vape shop. You can also buy lotto tickets. We have Grab. They grab your food for you from fast food restaurants. Or even a grocery store, you know. We have 7-Elevens all over the place. This is another barber shop for men. Yeah, I'm just walking around showing you what the real Philippines looks like, not the tourist traps. Here you have some street vendors that cook food out on the streets, like barbecue pork, kind of like a kebab, shish kebab. They have a banana wrap here. It's a really good. It's a dessert. This is like a little mini mart. You can buy, you know, some groceries and stuff in there. The tricycles, they're like the taxis here. Usually about 50 to 75 pesos. It's like $1, $1.25. They'll pretty much take you anywhere. Electric e-bike carts. They're like golf carts. They call them e-bikes here. Here, unlimited Korean barbecue. You cook the food right there on your table. Beauty salon. See, a lot of e-bikes too. Beauty salon. You know, this is just your average street here. A lot of places to eat. Street dogs. Another beauty studio, pharmacy. Another vape shop. Right now I'm in the San Pedro area. I crossed over from Binion into San Pedro. Kids school, they wear school uniforms here because it's predominantly Catholic here. Here's a flower shop. As you see, these motorbikes, when traffic is really congested, really heavy, these motorbikes just weaving in and out between the cars, driving on the left side or on the right side of them, you know, turning 2 lanes into like 4 to 6. Housing development, more e-bikes, tax consultant. You got physical therapy, dim sum, dental, aesthetics. And Doc's another chicken place. They eat a lot of chicken and rice here. Oh, a lot of chicken and rice. Not a lot, they don't eat a lot of beef, but you got pet supplies. another drugstore, Generica, Mercury Drugs, two of the biggest ones. Another pawn shop, cafe, Dragon's Playhouse. Another little mini mart called O-Save. You can buy meat and stuff in there, no vegetables. Yeah, e-bikes and motorbikes. The e-bikes, the electric vehicles, like the golf carts and stuff, you can drive those on these back roads, side roads. You can't get on the major, what they call the national, major highways. Pastry shop, but you can't drive them on the main highways here, which is like the major roads where the speed limit's like 40 kilometers per hour and up, because they only do 30, 35 tops. But yeah, another dentist office, souvenir shop. Yeah, I've made comments on other vloggers' sites about how I don't live in Manila, I don't live in Cebu, I don't live in Angeles City, I don't live on the coastline, and all these people are like, well, you have no access to anything. No hospitals or clinics. Well, there's two major hospitals within walking distance of where I live in Binyan. There's Evangelista and UniHealth Southwoods. Okay, and then there's little clinics. You have a catering company, a salon for men and women. If you're looking to retire to the Philippines and you want to party, yeah, go to Manila, go to Cebu, go to Angeles City, go to the beach. But if you want to retire a nice, comfortable little life, move out. Don't move out to the farmland, the country, but move into a barangay. Move into a province like San Pedro, Santa Rosa. All kinds, all access to all kinds of stuff here. For your motorbike, your motorcycle, or your scooter, it's a repair shop. But yeah, if you want to party, you move to those places. You want a nice, peaceful life that's inexpensive, then yeah, San Pedro. Move into the Laguna region. But if you're going to move here, I do recommend you do research, because during the typhoon season, they get a lot of flooding. And I do mean flooding. You wind up being evacuated to an evacuation center, and it's not like in, the United States of America, where they evacuate you to a local high school and set you up on army, the Red Cross sets you up on army cots, in the gymnasium. No, you're taken to an open air basketball court that just has a roof, and the sides are open. They put ropes and sheets up, give you like little cubicles made out of sheets, and that's your privacy. No shower, no access to a toilet, it's a bucket. See, Denta Haven, a bicycle shop. Buy bicycles. They sell and repair bicycles, motorbikes everywhere. What surprises me is the amount of cars here made by Suzuki. Now, living in America, the only Suzuki I ever saw was a Suzuki Samurai 4-wheel drive. And that was back in the 80s. Here they have everything. They have a Jimny, a Suzuki Jimny that looks a lot like a miniature Hummer. Let's see. Another neighborhood. And that's the garden. It's a They're all HOAs, okay? And they have guards at the gate, you know. If you need directions, they can tell you where to go. House for sale. You know, I'm renting a place, a newly refurbished 2-bedroom apartment for 10,000 pesos, okay? Nice 2-bedroom apartment. That's $175 US dollars, okay? You can't beat that. You can't even rent a studio apartment in America for less than, you know, where I came from, for less than $1,000. And of course, a bank. There's a lot of banks here. And there is armed security inside and outside the bank. As you can see right there, the security, say hi. Shotguns and sidearms. And let me tell you, they mean business. Well, like I said, the people here are friendly. They're not racist. You know. There's another little market, open air market area right down here. I'm going to go show you. In the meantime, you can look at the traffic. You see, tricycles. Like I said, 50, 75, sometimes 100 pesos. You know, so like somewhere between $1 to $2, they'll take you pretty much anywhere. This guy's like, he's selling something, so he's not for rent tricycle. Some people even have private ones. They have those, the motorcycle, 125, 150cc engines with the sidecars for their family. Yeah, the school buses here, they're like the 11-passenger vans in America. Same thing. Like I saw a UPS van. Now in America, I'm used to seeing the big box truck. UPS, big box truck. Okay. Here, I saw a UPS, and it was just a regular sized 1-ton cargo van from America. Made me laugh. Let's see, some of these, like this one right here, some of these are actually gas powered. You can register them and drive them on the main streets, because they'll do, 40, 50 kilometers per hour. But most of them are electric. Let's see, this is where you want to buy your fruits and vegetables from. Places like this. It comes straight from a local farm, you know? And look at this. Look at all that watermelon. Pineapple. Coconuts. Flower shop. Flowers are locally grown. Hello. Say, this is where you want to get your fruits and vegetables. Places like this. You don't want to go to the grocery store. You want to get them from places like this here. And of course here they cook food and they sell it and serve it to the people. A lot of Philippine, delicacies. Like I said, you'll be eating a lot of chicken and rice when you come here. And there, right there, water tower. That is how we get our water. It's from wells. And then it goes, and then they fill those towers, the well fills the tower up. And then the tower, like for each neighborhood, it runs through the pipes to the houses. You don't want to drink the water from the tap, no. You want to buy the purified water or bottled water from a store. Or you could buy your own filtration device for about $100 off of Lazada and install it in the water line to the sink, and it will purify the water for you. In the long run, yeah, if you're planning on staying for a long time, I would buy the water purification to install in your apartment or house that you're renting. Because in the long run, it's going to save you money. And if you run out of water and they're closed, if your jug goes empty and they're closed, you have to run to the store and buy bottled water anyway. So it's just better to buy the filtration system. I have one ordered that's being delivered, and then I'm going to install it myself. But yeah, here, more plants. And well, not really sandbags, but dirt bags. Bags full of dirt for when we have the floods. They use these to place in front of the evacuation centers. See, there's nice houses. There's a lot of nice houses here. There's also a lot that need some work, need to be painted, you know. Need a little work done, you know, a little structural work. But for the most part, they're all made from brick, so yeah. No, not much to wood. But here, Dine and Chill Food Hub. Nice food here. There's a wide variety of international foods here. And you can get Korea, Vietnam, Japan, China, American. See another one of those electric e-bikes. Here you buy ice. You can also get the tubs of water. Here's a laundry shop. They will do your laundry for you, wash it and dry it. The dryers, electric clothes dryers, they're out here. What they have is they have a spin dryer that spins the clothes so hard that it spins like 95% of the water out, and then you hang it up outside to dry. Over there, another restaurant called Wing Bites. Tricycles, waiting for customers. Rusi, they sell motorbikes. They also do repairs on them. And they're not that expensive. Everything here is a lot less expensive than it is in the West. And a tire shop, Bridgestone. Well-known brand name. Another one of these little mom and pop style stores. Okay, I'm going to end the video here with one thing. I would really hate to be a lineman here. Somebody that works on all the lines at Rutgers. Look at that tangled mess. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.